pioneer civil servant at that time. And that was the time when, as you know, the colonial system had actually discriminated against the people of our country. So Africans were on the periphery of the economy of this country. Then they came up with this paper, session of paper number 10. And it was actually meant at bringing Africans from the periphery to the center of the economy. That's how ICDC was formed. And it became the first CEO of ICDC, Industrial and Commercial Development Corporation, to give loans to Africans so that Africans could be involved in the economy of this country. Then they formed the KNTC as well. He established ICDC in a very strong footing. Later on, Matu Amai took over from him when they moved on. But then he went on to serve in other capacities and then became a member of parliament for Kamkunji, for the death of Tom Mboya. I came to know him in the early 70s at that time, when he was now a member of parliament and I was myself working in town. I remember at the time of the death of J.M. Kariuki, when Wanjigi was one of the people who stood very, very firm that the truth of the death of Kariuki need to be told and be known. He worked very well in Kamkunji. His records are known. And even in parliament. As a Minister of Agriculture, was exemplary. I remember meeting him several times as a Minister of Agriculture. During those ASK shows, he was always there. And you could see him sometimes walking around with the president. Those days, when they were working first as civil servants, they had inherited a very clean civil servant. But the civil service got corrupted when they introduced what they called the Njenga Commission report, which allowed the civil servants to get involved in businesses, competing with the private sector. That is actually the genesis of corruption in our civil service. And that is an issue that must be addressed. If you're talking about fighting corruption, first address the issue of corruption within civil service. Civil servants should not become businessmen. They should either choose to be businessmen or become civil servants. So, but now I'm digress. Last time I was here in Nyeri with elders here, Mr. Governor. I talked about history, and he told me, "You don't want to hear history." No country can develop without history. Yes. So when I stand here,